Welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm Gary, and this is not David. So I'm going to do a reading on lessons to be learned. It's July the 4th. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon. Um, we've got family coming over today. Dave and Shelly were supposed to come over, but Dave's in a bit of a funk. So I'm just going to do a couple solo readings, and then I'll reach out to Dave to see if he's up for readings. I have a hunch he's not. So you'll probably have a couple of videos with me coming up first. I'm sure part of it is this budget bill that got passed, and Dave takes this stuff to heart. You know, he can see how this is going to be very hurtful to many people, and he really takes it. It impacts him, and I get it. So he's doing a little self-care, I guess. You know, it's the equivalent of sticking your head in this sand and covering your ears and going la 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 and hope it goes away. Sometimes you just need to get away from it. So I wanted to kind of just do a sort of a very broad reading on the lessons that we need to learn while we're here. It seems to me that in this timeline, we're kind of caught in a loop. And what it is you've got information that's coming out from the press that is basically designed to stoke fear, to stoke anger, to stoke opposition, and promote outrage. You know, basically playing to the low vibrational energy. You know, Fox News and crap. You know, certainly everyone on this channel can look at Fox News and go, "Oh my God, this is just." And Trump, that's all they do is they stoke fear, stoke fear, stoke fear, and then Trump comes up with, "But I have got the answer." You know, he creates the problem, he stokes the fear, and of course he's the only one that has a solution. That's why all these Fox viewers think Trump is the best thing since sliced bread. On the left side of the media blitzkrieg, historically the liberal media has always been the sky is falling, the sky is falling, the sky is falling, and it was never as bad as they said historically. Recent past, boy, they got their finger on the pulse of it. You know, they were warning about Roe v. Wade, and boy, that came to pass. You know, warning what would happen if Trump took office, that has come to pass. And now we've got this big budget that just got passed, and it's not going to be good. But there are certain outlets of information on the left that tend to use very sensational wording, clickbaity type titles and premises. And I'm not going to say that they're the equivalent of the right wing, but it's not as fair and balanced as they could be. All right. I'll probably get some flack for that statement. At the end of the day, if I'm going to err on the side of one extreme versus the other, I'm going to err on the side of the left side's extreme, because what does that mean? It means I'll probably pay a little more taxes, and I'll be kinder to people. That's kind of the messaging, right? On the right side, it's you get to keep more of your money and punch down on people that you think are below you. That's not what I want to sign up for. So let's take a look at lessons learned. You know, what are the lessons we need to learn as a population? Entertainment purposes only. Let's start with the Democrats. What are the lessons they need to learn? Justice. All right. So we got the justice card to start. You know what I can't help but thinking is some people there's two tiers of justice, or there's multiple tiers of justice. We're watching Trump just absolutely make a mockery of the justice system. You know, this man's convicted of 34 felonies. He's not going to spend a single second in prison for what he's done. All right. They had him dead to rights on the documents case, a whole bunch of other cases, and he is going to probably walk on everything. And what the Democrats need to learn, the lesson they need to learn, is that sometimes people just aren't going to be there. You just can't always expect justice. Challenge is the Seven of Cups, because what you think is just or what you think should happen isn't necessarily what's going to happen. It's just there's confusion out there. They don't believe everything you're told. Energy underneath it. Man, that card keeps coming up. 10 of Swords, but we're at the end of a cycle. This is kind of they can't stick any more swords in you. They've hurt you as much as they can hurt you, and it's over. There's no more damage that can be done. In the past, we've had the heartache and betrayal. Certainly, all these court cases that Trump is just basically, he should be held in contempt of court and being in prison for what he's doing and how he's conducted himself. But he just seems to skate on it, right? It's just, there's so much heartache, there's so much betrayal that the Democrats have suffered in the past. The current energy is the Moon card. Just not sure what to believe, not sure what path to take, waiting for the sun to come out and shine a light on us. Overarching energy is the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords, it's maybe it's time to get creative, time to let the younger progressive Democrats have their day in the sun, as it were. I never noticed that. A whole bunch of little birds up there. It's time to let the young people fly. Let them spread their wings. Let them take a shot at this. Because the old ways don't seem to be working. The lesson to be learned, Death card. Yeah, end of the cycle. It's time to just put an end to, I guess, traditional ways of doing things, because it's just bringing heartache and betrayal and confusion. This is not going the way I thought it was. And the outcome is you have a choice. You can continue doing things the way you've always done them, or you can try a different path. Okay, that was kind of surprising to me. I didn't know what I was going to get. That wasn't what I was expecting to get. What I'm getting from this is it's time for the old guard to step aside. That's the lesson for the Democrats. That Nancy Pelosi's and the Schumers of the world that have served well and provided lots of things of value, their time has come to step aside. It's time to put a 10 of Swords in the old ways, and now it's time to embrace the younger, more progressive ways, the AOCs, the Jasmine Crockett's of the world. Okay, that was interesting. And that's the thing with tarot, is I have no idea where this is going. Even when Dave and I stack the deck, we don't really know where we're going with this. So, okay, let's see. What are the Republicans in MAGA? What are the lessons they need to learn from this whole set of events here? All right, let's Republicans and MAGA. I mean, I can almost do two readings because they're really not the same. But after the bill, I'm sorry, if you're a Republican and you voted for that bill, you are MAGA. All right, what's the lesson they need to learn? Okay, so foundation of the reading is the Five of Pentacles. You are basically valuing money over people. You are not taking care of people. You're just basically putting them out, leaving them out in the cold. The challenge, the cross, is the Nine of Wands. It's all the battles you fought, all the actions you've taken, that you think are benefiting. They're only benefiting wealthy people. They're not benefiting your normal citizens. And maybe it's time you did some introspection and maybe decide if this is really the path you want to be on. In the past, you had the Fool card. Hey, this is uh, you basically you're trusting Trump, and that what he says is truthful, and that everything is going to be great if you just do what he tells you to do. But man, you are about to step off a cliff. Current energy. What do they need to learn? Smug merchant. Hopes, wishes, dreams fulfilled. Hey, everything's going your way right now. You couldn't be happier. Trump couldn't be happier. The oligarchs couldn't be happier. Overarching energy, though, Ace of Cups. But what's happening is there is an emotional upheaval that you're creating strong emotions, new emotions in the world. Lesson to be learned is temperance. You should be seeking balance. That you know, you should be seeking calmness. You should be seeking balance. You need to bring the temperature of the room down. Outcome is the Seven of Cups. It's once again, don't believe everything that's being pitched to you. You have to start applying some critical thinking to things, because not everything is what it seems to be. That's interesting because that was the cross on the other. So that's the challenge to the Democrats is the outcome for the Republicans. Um, hmm. So yeah, so that's interesting. I'm not exactly sure. Once again, not exactly what I was expecting. Um, what is it? Let's get to throw a clarifier too. So what is it that they shouldn't be trusting their eyes on? What is the lesson there? Just don't believe everything Trump tells you. I mean, that's easy. Ace of Pentacles is not, it's all about money. You need to stop and think about things because Trump keeps declaring victories. And now you've kind of tied yourself to this and there's no way out. A new action needs to happen in order to clear up the confusion. Okay, kind of a Libby-esque reading there. So it seems to me that the Republicans need to start exercising some critical thinking as well and bring the temperature down. Stop with the rhetoric. Okay. Let's see the lessons learned from corporate media. I mean, I know what I think the lesson should be. Let's see what the cards say. Okay. All right. Let's see what the cards say. Okay, I'll let you look at the bottom card. Woo, okay. So let's see. You know what the lesson the energy underneath is. I don't. Okay, what does corporate media need to learn? What's the lesson they need to learn from this? Okay, Nine of Pentacles. This is about enjoying the finer things of life, enjoying the fruits of your labor, if you will. It's the challenge is celebrating maybe false celebrations or kind of superficial celebrations. Okay, sorry, let me restart this. Corporate media, what's the lesson to be learned? There are very rich people that control the messaging, and the messaging is not helping the people. This isn't messaging that causes celebration with the people. Okay, there. Okay, energy underneath the Ten of Swords. You need to change your messaging. The energy underneath this needs to come to an end. This needs to stop because you're being the very rich, the very wealthy are controlling the messaging and they're controlling what should be celebrated, and that needs to come to an end. In the past, you got the Wheel of Fortune. It's karma. Karma is coming. Karma's out there. We don't know when this wheel is going to stop. We don't know where it's going. Current energy is the Two of Wands. Think about what your actions are going to be, because what you do, the actions you take, affect the future and affect the world. Overarching energy. There's that Seven of Cups again. That's been on every single reading. Overarching energy now is the Seven of Cups. Once again, don't believe everything that you're seeing. It's time to put some critical thought to things. To me, that corporate media is the one that's putting this out there. And they're the ones that are feeding this to the Democrats, are feeding it to the Republicans, the viewers who are Democrat leaning or Republican leaning. This is what they've been up to. They have been just doing stuff that should be more critically thought of. Lesson to be learned, Ace of Pentacles. Not everything is about money. It's time to have a new ideal, something of value other than money that you need to bring forth. How about truth? Outcome is the world. So once again, end of the cycle. I mean, this could be what this is saying is that corporate media is coming to an end. If they don't change their ways and think about their actions and stop with the fake news, if you will, and they don't start bringing things of value, their cycle's coming to an end. And it could be very painful end. All right. I mean, there's a lot of people that have unplugged from it. I don't watch any mainstream media news. I mean, if I turn it on, it'll be something like PBS, or it'll be something like BBC World News, something that's just a little, or if it's in print, I tend to go to AP, just Reuters. They tend to hit it up the center. They're not going to give me a lot of opinion pieces passing as news. All right. What's the lesson to be learned in Congress? Let's take a look at that. We'll wrap it up with this. Here, we'll do, let's do this. Let's do a lesson in the House and a lesson. Let's just do we'll do the House, Senate, and Judiciary. What are the lessons? We'll just do them side by side here. House, what are the lessons for them? Lessons for the Senate. And Judiciary. Okay. What's the lessons here? For the House, you got the Queen of Swords. You need to be accountable for your actions. Each individual congressman needs to be accountable for their actions. It's the lesson you need to learn is you need to bring the balance. You need to take that temperature down. Wow. King of Swords. You are causing the problem. You are the problem. Wow. And then you've got the High Priestess. And, you need to start providing answers for this. Okay, so what's the lesson with Congress is you're going to be held accountable for your actions. That's what I'm getting out of this. The truth is going to come out of what you've been doing, and it's time for you to be accountable for your actions. Okay, what's going on in the Senate? You got the Seven of Pentacles. This is reaping what you're sowing. You should be the more contemplative body. The Sun card. The truth is out there. The sun is shining on you. Everyone knows exactly what you're doing. There's no hiding from this. The lessons to be learned. Emotionally walking away. Once again, you need to be the contemplative ones. You shouldn't be the ones that are super emotional, going for all this rhetoric and nonsense. And we need you to sort of be more contemplative and think about what value you're bringing. So that's the lesson for the Senate. They're supposed to be the deliberative body, and they haven't been. And that's what these cards are saying. Because you haven't been deliberating, and it's very apparent. Okay, Judiciary. There's crazy times going on right here. It's just chaos. You're serving the emperor. You've made a king. You've been breaking the hearts of the citizens, and you're stealing things of value. You're basically letting Trump get his way. Those are harsh cards on the judiciary system. Um, I'm, when I say judiciary, I'm going specifically Supreme Court. That's kind of where I'm going with this. This is the most troubling. Um, let's. I'm going to go one more then, because since those cards are really powerful cards, this Senate and Congress, those don't surprise me at all. Even the Supreme Court doesn't surprise me, but it fascinates me. It's like, ooh. It seems to me that that's the one branch that needs, or the one area that needs the biggest overhaul is the Supreme Court. I don't think I've gotten anyone in the audience that's going to disagree with that insight. So let's do a little four-carder. What do we need to know about the Supreme Court, the future of the Supreme Court? I could probably do a whole reading on this. Just a little four-carder, though. What do we need to know about the future of the Supreme Court after reading those cards? The lesson to be learned. We're gonna put him on the gallows. Hangman. And then you got the Nine of Swords. They are looking at the Constitution in a completely different way. They've lost their way as to, they're supposed to be ruling on the Constitution and the interpretation of the Constitution, but they're falling short. They need to think about things, because this is coming to an end, and there's going to be celebrations with three of the justices, because you've been serving the emperor. I think what you're going to see is we may lose some people in the Supreme Court. So a little more clarifiers. What are we going to see as the Supreme Court? We got a bunch of battles that are being fought. There's been a lot of accommodation to the red hats. They should be taking care of the Constitution and the people and the government. I have a hunch that we may be seeing some upheaval in the Supreme Court. That's what I'm thinking. But, I can't see anything positive coming from it until either the Democrats have control of the Senate or control of the executive branch in the Senate. Otherwise, all that's going to happen is the ones that are the most corrupt are going to retire, and then they'll put more young corrupt ones on. So we'll see how this goes. Thank you so much for watching. Truly appreciate this. If you like these videos, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and hit the bell. We'll wake you up at midnight Pacific time with a new video. And leave a comment. I read them all, respond to many. And we're going to give a couple of shout outs here. Let's see who's in the old community page right now. All right. Okay, we got Empath Eyes. Hi, Empath Eyes. Kind of newer to the channel. So we're going to give you the Four of Wands. Yay! Celebrate to having you here. Oh, thank you. Maureen O'Brien. Hi, Maureen. I totally recognize you. Maureen O'Brien gave us a very thoughtful contribution. There you go, Maureen. You get the sun card. Yay! Let the sun shine. And let's pick out one more. Oh, I just saw a name I recognize. Robert House 101. Hi, Robert. How are you doing? Let's get you a card too. Ah, yes. Seven of Wands. Go out there and defend yourself, Robert. Don't let him get the high ground from you. And then we'll give a card for the rest of us. Oh boy. Eight of Swords. Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of lessons to be learned. I guess that one is don't think that you are powerless and that there's nothing you can do. There is something we can do. And if nothing else, we can be kind. And eventually this cycle is going to end and we will get through it. And people will remember you for your kindness. And let's keep that as our mantra. That doesn't mean we can't be loud and shouty and fight for what we think is right, but we can be kind too. So have a great day, folks. Take care. Bye.